Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Prince of Fresh podcast. We are the host, plural, with the mostest. I am Rhayne Coleman, the Carefree Black Nerd. Happy to be here. And who's with me? Who's with me today?
Oh, it's me, your long lost cousin who just decided to pop up to the family reunion. They don't have those kinds of greens in LA. I'll tell you that much.
Ooh, yeah. And also, don't you own like some cars?
I don't know.
Yeah, y'all, man. You know what it is. We're back for season 2, episode 6, which is let the best man win. Yeah, the best man holiday win.
I see they're in the same. No, they're not in the same
Yeah,
universe. Praise the Lord. No, praise the Lord.
So this episode was interesting. In this one, Phil hosts the Banks family reunion. Does he though? And Carlton works
at his
hard to
house.
impress. Okay,
Carlton works hard if it's at your house, bro, that means you the host.
All right. Well, he hosted, but he didn't do shit. Will considers accepting the Founders Award nomination. So this where we at, man. What's your general thoughts? How you feeling about the episode overall?
Filler episode. That's how I took it. I felt like this was a filler episode this week.
So okay, I think that's fair. So do you think
nothing moved the story forward to me?
Okay, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, because it's not, the only things that seem to have moved forward was the Will and his decision about the Founders Scholarship. Like that was happening anyways.
Yeah, I think they just needed a feel good episode. Like this was a feel good episode with a message.
After all that heavy shit, yeah. Ugh. So a Banks friendly reunion. I don't think we got. Did we get any Banks in the original series? I think we may have gotten
his mama.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, Uncle Phil's mama.
Okay. So aside from that,
he was who was Big Mama from Soul Food, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. My memory's hazy. I think so though. Big Mama, your leg. So what I want to know is
you kept a leg in Fresh Prince though, did you?
Hey, bro, I couldn't get it. But no, for real. What do you?
I can't stand that little nappy head boy.
Oh my god, bro! He was the star.
What a little bastard!
Oh no!
Everybody business.
No. Oh man. Okay, so just on the surface, how do you feel about this kind of new addition from the older series, having a Banks family, not necessarily the family itself, because I'm sure we have comments on it, but just exploring his side of the family when that's not what we got before. How do you feel about that?
I think it's cool. I like that. I like that it was a nice little twist on everything. So I was feeling it, man. I most definitely I was with it.
Yeah, I agree. I felt like this is one of those things when you do a reboot that could serve so well because we didn't get as many family members from Uncle Phil in the original to then flush this out and kind of make it its own thing here. I like that. Okay, well, let's dive in. What you got for us? Some more feel good since we're on this feel good train. Who is the funky, fresh, dressed to impress, ready to party of this episode?
So honestly, man, we might not have a freshest of the week this week because I mean, everybody had on like the Banks family. Let's see. I looked it up and I was like, who could I?
Yeah.
The only person that really had on I can't give you anybody fresh of the week to be honest, man, because Will was the only person that had like everybody had on outfits in the beginning of the show. And then everybody was wearing them Banks family reunion shirts. So I think this week I don't think it's fair to just give it to Will because he was the only one that like changed. I mean, kept the same clothes on.
Yeah, I think that's
fair.
But
I do have a gripe. Who gave Vivian them jeans?
Phil Mama.
Those jeans look horrible.
Phil Mama. Or it was
She was
what's her
wearing
name?
these. She was
Homegirl, light skin, Viv Omega, the lawyer.
stop,
She was like, "Hey,
stop,
you would look good in
stop.
me when your
Yeah, I
husband
was.
working for me."
I was trying to figure out if I wanted to give somebody Fresh of the Week. It just didn't feel fair because it just didn't
Well,
feel right. Will was the only person who really kept his outfit on through the whole show. So
okay,
I think we're just gonna have a impasse on Fresh of the Week this week.
I
I'm
think
sorry,
that's
guys,
fair.
but it just didn't
However,
seem right.
I want to throw my hat in the ring and say Freshers of the Week was actually, in fact, Uncle Julius. Because he got everybody to wear his shit. So I say that nigga.
I mean,
No, I'm fucking with you, but yeah, I get it. I do think that's
he
fair.
did kind of was just like, hey, I brought
Hey.
these shirts.
He said, "You motherfuckers gonna wear this shit."
Yeah, like
But yeah, which I do. I have some comments about that. Yeah. Okay, so no, I think that's fair. Well, how about this? Listeners, y'all let us know in this episode when we're not giving a Freshers of the Week, who do you think is Freshers of the Week, or do you agree? Like, no, it should be nobody. Let us know. Use the hashtag POFpod.
that show wasn't Vivian with them pants on. Them jeans
Well,
look terrible on her. I don't know what she got them from.
they said you did
They should have did
everything.
Miss Lucy's Fashions. That's where that came from.
Bro, get out of here.
Miss Lucy. There's a lot of stuff about Viv that I have learned this episode that hurt my feelings, hurt my heart, man.
Oh yeah. Yes. No, you're absolutely right. So let's kick it off. We get into the episode and we got the power couple. Wait, no, did it start with Will and Carlton, or did it start with the matriarch and the patriarch? Ugh. Yeah, let's just go with them. Let's go straight to them. So Phil is teaching his queen, because he said a lot of my queen, he said a lot of like stuff this episode that I was like, I ain't never heard this man talk like this, but
I ain't either.
This is a whole other person. This a scroll, because there's no way this ain't the same nigga. Not in this episode. He's teaching her how to play spades. Come on, give it to me.
That hurt so much. I said, Vivi don't know how to play spades.
Yeah.
Who did this? Who wrote this? This is wrong. She has the blackest hairstyles out of everybody on the show, and she don't know how to play spades. Doesn't equate.
It's weird.
Doesn't equate. She's like, honey, I don't know how to. You know, I ain't in the spades like that. Girl, yes, you are. Yes, you the blackest person in the family next to Will. How do you not know how to play spades? Like, you are weird. Black. I mean, you dress it up when you got to be around, business, but outside of that, you the blackest person in the family.
Mm-hmm. With them goddess braids. Yeah, that was weird for me because it felt like
she looked really good with those braids in her hair. I love Vivian Banks and her blackness on this show. She is black, and I love it.
Let her know.
Love it.
Yeah, that was a bit odd for me, and not to act like black people are not a monolith, but like, you're from West Philly. You grew up around folks and in environments where that and dominoes and a pickup basketball game, all this stuff is like intrinsic to like the culture. How do you not know how to play spades? Now, if Hillary didn't know, I would be like, okay,
makes sense.
Yeah, all right. Not only that, I truly feel like Phil was a different character this episode, and not just because of the family part. It just feel like they wrote him differently in this episode than what we've gotten in the past. Maybe it's because he was happy this episode. I'm not used to this nigga having a smile on his face, but
yeah, he's very loose. He was very loose, and he wasn't like all tight, and he was around family. And I guess they was just like, all right, we need you to act like a normal person this episode. And he was just like, you know what? I think I can do that. I think I can do that. And he did. And he was the normal guy. And I was like, I feel you, man. Like, you're actually like, if anything, it felt like the roles were reversed.
Yeah, it sure did.
Like, Vivian was acting
weird.
And I guess I get it because it's the whole dynamic between his mom and Vivian, and
yeah,
I don't know what the show wants me to do. I'm confused.
I think they really fell into the sitcom of it all with this episode.
Thank you.
Versus others.
I felt the same way. This
Yeah,
felt like a
this
30-minute
like
sitcom
yes, it sure
episode
did.
of
It sure did.
Bel-Air.
Yeah, and not the drama that we're used to. So, I can forgive some things in the grand scheme of season 2 because this is new territory. This is weird. Um,
But
I
we're past the midway point, aren't we? Like
yeah,
we only getting 10 episodes.
we are, but when I say forgive, I mean like I have issues with this episode, but the issues because we've kind of pinpointed what feels so different. I think this is one that if we're going to look at overall, this might be the episode that will like have me give the show more grace. Like at the end of it all, if I'm like, man, this was a C minus, this would bring it to like a C plus. You know what I'm saying? Because I
But
feel like it. Mhm.
don't you feel like this should have been an episode 1 or 2
Honestly,
going to
yeah.
this season?
I feel like with all the heavy shit we got, this probably should have came right before the protest episode. I think that would have been a good change. Like, oh, we feeling good, then all this heavy shit. No,
And the Founders Award thing would have made a lot more sense to put it in the beginning of this season, and then they could have drew it out all the way to the end. In the end, we
hey,
figure out who wins,
yeah,
and we
it
see a
would be.
little frenemy thing between Carlton and Will.
Yeah,
Hire us.
hey, we right here. You know where to find us. You know where to find us. Stop playing Peacock. So that happens. She doesn't know how to play spades. Whatever. I can almost forgive you, but you grown. You with this man who apparently his family is all about spades. Eh,
They're
okay,
about
boo-boo.
games. They play domino. Like that
Mhm.
shit felt like more like that felt more like my
Yeah,
like my family stuff. Like
that's what's
you
up.
know, when we had family get-togethers, dominoes, spades, all that stuff. We
Mhm.
used to do all of
Yeah,
that.
it felt like a family reunion. Like, it truly did feel like, you didn't gotta peek
Shoot,
me
that's
in
a
the
4th
door.
of July for my family.
Okay, I believe you, Cole.
That is a 4th of July. That ain't even family reunion. Nah, man.
Hey,
That's a 4th of
I
July
believe you. I feel like you really
or
think I
a
believe you.
Labor Day weekend for my family.
No, it is, but I'm just saying for, like, this show, because a lot of times you'll do a family reunion episode on something, and you just get a
Mhm.
bunch of extras who look like they could be family, and they just but I think this really worked. This felt like a 90s-ish, like, I could feel the energy. Um, so speaking of the Founders Award, let's move on to the semi elephant in the room. So we get Will now by the direction of Professor Doc Xavier, telling him in order to be the best mutant on the team.
If you want to be somebody, you got to get that Founders Day award. And he's just like, you really think so? Can I be honest, man?
Be honest, be honest.
This is like, I'm kind of tired of Will this season. He annoys the fuck out of me this season. I don't know if that was
Hey,
the plan, but
hey.
he is really annoying. And he getting on my nerves.
So can you pinpoint one or two things that is like specifically gnawing at you through this season?
So the character development they have for Will, it just don't feel like, how can I put it? Like Doc's influence doesn't feel earned.
I agree.
You get what I'm saying? Like it don't feel earned to me that he's this influenced by Doc. Like he ain't even been around that dude. That it would be different if it was somebody else that had been established with him. Like I get it. Like Doc can get him to the next level, and I feel you, but it just
See,
don't feel earned with Doc.
yeah, I agree. For me, it ain't even Doc. It is the what the hell? What the Ezekiel basketball group? What is that?
Yeah, the AAU group,
Yeah, like
basketball team.
that. The AAU aspiration feels weird to me because I understand that Will likes basketball. I understand he's good at it, but the degree in which he's really going hard for it this season does not align with everything from last season. Because at this point, you've forgiven Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil for the stuff with Lou, so all of the shit that tore you out of the house is now smoothed over, so you're back in. And I get wanting to make a name for yourself and kind of do things that you are proud of, but this basketball thing feels so, it does not feel like it should be this important to his character, not because it can't be, but because it has not been established well enough, I feel.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they're trying to make it seem like he wants to be a self-made man. Like, of course, with the conversation we had with Uncle Julius and stuff like that, it's like, I want to be a self-made man, huh? Yeah. Like, I don't see any instances. I guess I don't know, man. Like Will taking his privilege, being ashamed of like the privilege that he kind of has. Like, he ain't really. He goes to a really good school. This is all happening because you went to jail, nigga. Like, let me just be keeping a buck. You went to fucking jail, dog. Like, you shot in the air and went to jail. These niggas in Philly is looking for you, and you still kind of just like, man, this privilege shit, man. I just can't. Actually, I just can't do it. I'm like, bro, like, you got an opportunity to go to a good school. You actually have an opportunity to do like other shit, and you're still just like, man, this privilege, man. I'm like, you ain't even got a car. Carlton got a car, nigga. Like, you ain't even driving. What you talking about?
And it's your own fault, because didn't they have a car for him like in season 1? I feel like
it was like a minivan or something like that. It was like a
either way.
Not even that, bro. Like, I didn't see the times you was in the streets with Jazz. Like, you was in the streets for like 3 weeks.
And you wasn't in the streets. Nigga, you was Jazz house looked nice. Jazz got a nice little
but you know what I'm saying? He was on that other side of the neighborhood. You feel me? Like,
I get it, yeah.
I just don't understand. I get it, but it's like they haven't given me enough to understand. Like, it wasn't like he was out here just like, man, you were playing pickup games to get money.
Drugs.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we only seen like a few of them. And we only see really like one, right? Or was it two?
We saw one. We saw because Doc was like, yeah, whatever. He showed up with Jazz, yeah. So we saw one before the birthday.
I just ain't seen enough struggle that he don't. I don't know, man.
It doesn't.
I don't really get his storyline for real. Like, I get it. He wants to be a self-made man, and he don't. I guess he doesn't want to go to college. Like, I don't know if he don't. He's going really, really hard to get this scholarship to go to college and play ball, but he don't want to go to college. Like, I don't know. Will's annoying. He's to the point where he's kind of annoying to me now, because I'm just like, self-made man and all this other stuff. I'm like, so you don't want to go to college?
See, I'm with you, but then not fully, because I do like the idea that this boy is all over the place, because you're young, you're trying to figure out what you want. I like that. But to your point, I do feel like Will has been quite irritating this season. Like, you're doing things that feel out of character for season 1, Will. Not to say that a character can't change and evolve, but like the petty shit he did with Drew and Lisa, to me, that felt like that's not a Will thing that Will would have done. Him pushing Carlton so hard, like some of his actions feel like they're for the sake of the plot, not for the sake of the character.
Right.
And I don't like that, because even in this episode, he brought up something because everybody worried about you because of what happened at the protest. Well, nigga, it's your fault. Like, you're to blame.
Yeah, like it was on you.
Like, I tripped you, and you're talking about, oh, well, remember you skint your knee? Everybody's worried. You tripped me, nigga. What do you mean? So I feel the same way about Will, but I think my issue with Will is that he doesn't seem to be written the same way. But it's so weird, because I can watch one episode, and in that episode, I can like him. Like when he was hugging the family, I was like, oh, look at him. He's smooth, he charming, fun, whatever. But then at the same token, in the same episode, he doing shit where I'm like, again, why are you bringing up the anxiety and shit and trying to soften the blow about taking this damn scholarship when you said out your mouth you wouldn't? I was like, bro,
there's a lot going. I mean, again, I get it. He's in high school. He's a teenager.
Yeah, but still, it's a shock.
But the motivation behind it is still cloudy to me, because again, Doc just don't feel like that big. Like, they haven't made Doc a character that I'm just like, oh yeah, I see why he going. Like, Doc ain't did nothing but walk around in tracksuits and been in a team
was from
club.
Missy Elliott.
He look like a Dapper Dan type of guy. He probably got that Dapper Dan collection from Gap. You know what I'm saying?
This is my issue. This, I think, it could have been easily fixed. And I don't know the budget of the show. I don't claim to know, but I think the money that you spent on Saweetie should have gone to an NBA player. No, because it makes more sense.
No, I agree. I'm just saying.
If you got today, like, I don't know, if you have like For example, LeBron James come back like, man, you work with me in Ohio.
You don't even need no bro. You can
I'm just
get
saying,
like
but that's the
Andre
first name.
Iguodala, or you can get like some
Blake
bench
Griffin.
player. You can get some out by the Clippers and get on the show.
But yes, but that's exactly it. I think that, or shit, you could have just made up some people. Like LaMarcus is here. This nigga ain't real. He's made up. You could have had some like, if we had seen a constant flow of like 3 or 4 guys who are like, man, I'm in town. What's up, Doc? Come through. Then Doc takes Will with him, or they show up at Ezekiel Academy. Some shit like that.
Or when Doc was in the teen club, he could have been with one of the prospects that's about to get drafted. Oh,
Hey.
this so and so, he's first round lottery pick. You know what I'm saying? He went through my stuff.
Yep.
This could be you, Will. This you could be next. You big time.
And had homeboy talk him up. Man, Doc came into my life and his workout plan, I was the envy of all my friends.
And then all we had to do was post draft. All we had to do was have a phone call with Doc on the phone and be like, yeah, you owe me this. You signed that contract, remember?
That would have been so much better than that Phil contract Will Doc shit. Like that would have been so much better.
And
you see that?
You know what else they could have did? You know what would have been cool about it? Phil could have been the motherfucker that have been like, oh, he found what? Phil could have been, he was like, like one of his lawyers is handling this case. And he about to lose his firm. I forgot. Phil don't care about his firm no more.
That ain't to say, because actually to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Have the nigga looking over the contract, and then he gets poached first, and then that construction worker dude. So that brings up Erica a little bit more. You're like, what the? But you keep taking my people.
Right.
Bruh.
And Erica could have been like, Erica could have been like, wait, is it your nephew's like playing for this guy, right? Here you go, Phil. Like, here's some news you might not want to know about.
Bruh. That would have been good. That would have eliminated, and then taking out all of that stuff from whatever episode that was. You hear me out, because I know you're gonna like this. If you wanted to give more depth to a character, you could have given Ashley more screen time, give her something to do. You could have given Vivian more time with her, I don't know, art stuff. Hillary and Jazz more time to figure some. Like you would have given space for so many other characters to get a little bit more shine, because it's a multi-cast show. It's a bunch of motherfucking people. So,
and cool thing about it is, if you want to really bring Erica into the fold, and since you're in Los Angeles or you're in Bel-Air, Erica works for an entertainment firm. She works for an entertainment law firm that deals with this kind of stuff. She's seen Doc do she's like, yo, Doc has been documented by doing this kind of stuff right here. Why you trying to get Philip to come over to the firm? That could be a part of it too. Like, it's different ways you can put that together. But they're in Bel-Air, they're in LA, so it's like,
let me jump on that real quick, because it's in my head. Everything you just said, and for me, we've already established that Phil don't trust Doc. She bring that to his attention. We still had a conversation that Vivian and him had this episode, but I feel like if she is connected not just by I know Phil, but like, let me help you with this Will shit, there is an absolute reason for you to be with her. Whereas now it's just like, just don't see her, and you can just choose to not see her. But when it's for the well-being of this boy who you failed with his dad, you see what I'm saying?
Motivation's right there. Right. And you don't have Doc just sitting around twirling his mustache and just popping up everywhere. He's actually a viable villain.
And you can make Jackie, through those limited scenes, have us question, damn, is she for him, if she not? Because now I don't think it's clear. Like, she spends so much time, being a single mom who works too much, loves her kids, and never stops, with a gentle heart and the courage of a lion. She's a survivor. But no, I'm just saying,
going back talking to her caregiver Holiday all the time.
Bro, go away, bro. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this, bro.
I ain't gonna do the voice until the end of the show.
Y'all was a terrible person, bro.
I love Holiday. Holiday. Guys, if y'all hadn't seen Holiday Heart, or if you want to hear a review of Holiday Heart, you can catch it on We Watch This podcast. On all streaming platforms.
Bro, Ving Rhames owe you some money. That's all I got to say.
I'm a champion that move forever.
He in the same universe. Okay, so So Will and Carlton have this conversation about the scholarship, and that's Vivian mama. No, so they have a conversation about the scholarship, and Will's like, "Hey man, you know what I'm saying." One thing the show does consistently that I hate, but I like because it gives him more shit to do. The treatment of Carlton, I get pissed off every time. I feel like Will, and I'm not going to put the blame fully on him, it's on other people too, but Will really dropped the ball this episode with Carlton, specifically about the scholarship. Because even though he's in the running, I feel like if you know this is what your cousin has wanted forever and a day, he's already a bit more awkward than you are. You're more comfortable around black people and just in general, everybody takes you, everybody loves you, and you and him are so close. Yeah, you looked into the founder scholarship, but bro, like truly, I don't think they made a good enough argument for Will to still keep that scholarship. I would have probably been okay had you have made this a several episode kind of arc of like learning about the scholarship and what it can do for him. But his goals seem so, I don't know, all over the damn place that I don't see how taking out the scholarship wouldn't change anything. You still
Right.
have all these desires, but for Carlton, he has been focused on Princeton since season 1. So like it doesn't it I feel like, bro, you really dropping the ball because another thing is, I feel like if there's a founder scholarship, there's tons of scholarships, but if there's a founder scholarship that is so elite, instead of taking the scholarship, I feel like he should leverage the fact that he was nominated and ask Carlton, well, what else is out there? Like, if my goal is basketball at a school that I can get a good degree from and I could possibly go into the NBA, and you've been focused on Princeton since you was in the damn second grade, help me.
Right.
Let that be. I was like, bro, what are you gonna do with this scholarship? Like everybody, and then not to be funny, but like you with the banks now. Not to say these motherfuckers just made of money, but they're made of money. They're not about to let you go to just any old school and then be struggling. And then
He wants to be a self-made man, though.
this is your family. This is what family is for. If my
I
niece
don't think
and
he's looking at
nephew,
it that way.
huh?
I think Will want to be in the streets real bad. He just want to. I just want to be in the
Didn't
streets.
he get
Not
his
in the
fair
streets
share?
like that, but
Oh,
he doesn't want to look privileged. Like I
bro,
think
that's
that whole thing that
dumb.
we had from him going to the AAU team
Oh
and
yeah,
them saying he can't cut it or calling him Bel-Air and all that other stuff. He didn't like it, and
whatever. I get it, but you can't be so easily swayed, so easily influenced that now your actions are affecting people you love. Like, come on, bro. So I don't know. I feel like Carlton is pissing me off because he keeps being expected to just take all this shit on the chin and be okay. And y'all talk about all the stress and the pressure, but you're not fostering an environment where he can speak open and honestly without you motherfuckers getting your feelings hurt and then bullying him about some shit or bucking at him behind it, and then him having this anxiety disorder is like this blanket statement of like, oh, you're doing this because of your anxiety. No, nigga, y'all keep fucking him over. It's only so much you could take, whether you got anxiety or not. And I
they're
was
setting us
like,
up, man. They're setting us up for the fall, man. Like Carlton, he's gonna when he take that first little snort,
see, I don't
that's
know.
it. He's gonna be done. I don't want to see it. Like they're really setting it up for us to be sad about what's gonna happen to Carlton. Because I
I'm
feel like
already
Carlton's
sad.
gonna fall off the cliff bad.
Yeah, Carlton Ollie is such a good fucking actor. When he's manic like that, like, and I know that's not the only way to gauge a good actor or a good performance, but like he sells it. I feel like, oh, this man is it ain't just no yelling, leave me the fuck alone. Like I feel like, oh, he dealing with some shit,
Right.
Okay. You got any more thoughts on that fuck ass scene?
Yeah. Since we're still on Will, I do have to say,
Come
he
on.
just in the office just looking at files. It's like,
Bro,
hey, hey,
bro.
Jeffrey got a son. Like,
See,
get
no,
out
no,
of
no, no.
these.
No, what he said was, and it pissed me the fuck off. I don't know verbatim, but I remember he said this part. Why Jeffrey got a file with a kid who looked just like him? What?
First of all, that kid don't look nothing like Jeffrey.
That's what I'm saying. In what world do that boy look like Jeffrey? That boy ain't even dark as Jeffrey. That boy ain't got Jeffrey's head.
Knows nothing.
I feel like that now that I can actually overlook it because I know with TV you gotta do what you can. But I feel like they didn't have to put that specific. It's like you and me. You see a picture of me. You talk about, look at Cole's son. What are you talking about? You mean his son by marriage? No, his biological son who he helped give birth to. What do you mean? That boy didn't look nothing like Jeffrey.
No.
I was like, who wrote this? So, but go ahead.
Who got that picture? That
Bro,
boy is not. That boy
he's
don't
30.
even.
That man is 30 years old. That's Jackie's baby daddy. What the fuck is happening? Bro.
I said, what? Like his son? Where?
That's his neighbor. That's his
that is clear. That is clearly his little brother. They got different. They got their dad. His dad was a Rolling Stone.
They got different daddies and mamas. That's what they got. I was like, bro, who wrote this?
But it's like Will was just like, oh, what is this file here? Get out of here.
That was so
get
dumb.
Out of here.
That
Get out of here.
Dumb. I was like, bro. And the thing is, we ain't even seen Jeffrey's room. Like this is what made more sense. Bro, I'm saying
Jeffrey don't sleep.
He don't.
He's the Terminator.
If he had a room, that scene would have made more sense because it's like, oh, I'm in your room. What's up, G? And then you see out of place. But that was a folder on a desk in an office. That makes sense, bro. There's not.
And it felt like the director was like, be a little bit more Caribbean this episode, Jeffrey. And then he was like, I ran with some mates in London. And I was like, wait, you still sound a little Caribbean. I don't know where to go. It don't matter.
I'm
what I want to see? I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I want to see for real? I want to see Jeffrey whoop somebody's ass real bad.
To be quite honest, they've set him up so well that now I need to see it. He has to be in John Wick 5. Like, because there's no way.
He was like, I was running with a gang back in London. I was like, oh, you can fight. Oh, I gotta see you fight, man. I gotta see you whip somebody's ass.
He was on Top Boy season.
Okay. Hey, he probably is. Now I gotta go back and watch Top Boy. He probably is the Top Boy.
But now I want to know. This opened up so many more quick. Okay, so let's just what happened. So apparently, and this was next. Jeffrey told on himself. He's like, "Oh, I'm feeling bad, you guys, bruv."
He didn't say bruv. He sounded very Jamaican.
Hey, he confessed to going through Phil stuff, and I'm like, "This is weird." Like,
Not
did
really.
he?
To me,
if his whole reason for coming back was to find information about his son, it feels weird because. Okay, my feelings about Jeffrey are I thought he was back, like, to be back. But once we found out he was looking for his son, my thought was, oh, you're only back for the family, yeah, but because that's the way for you to get information about your son, which colored everything that I saw him do in the first couple episodes. But with this confessing, I was like, oh, this doesn't feel in line with, unless it's like a bigger scam, like let me make them trust me, but I guess not. He confesses and feels like, yeah, we know you were looking for your son. Girl, okay, let him confess. Like, why would you do? Let this man tell. And so Vivian's like, oh yeah, we don't keep people from family, this and that. And so she gives him the folder. But I was thinking, like, y'all made it seem like
the world was about to end.
They made it seem like Jeffrey was like maybe a threat to his family.
They was treat him like he was stealing.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, so how do you just now come up like, oh, by the way, this is a big, huge thing that was like over us since last season. Here's an envelope. It's not the same thing. Why not just give him that to begin with? Like, it feels weird. Like, oh, well, we know what it's like to keep someone away from their family. What gives y'all the right? What do y'all have going on that you just keeping people from their daddies and their sons? What are y'all doing?
The billionaires.
Man, they are villains.
I
I'm
want to know
sorry.
what Jeffrey did so bad when he had to leave his son.
I want to know what Phil did because this opens up so many questions. If
I don't
Jeffrey
care no
was in
more.
London, no, this listen. If he was in London running with the gangs and then he met this American boy, what are you doing over there, Phil? And then how are you? I'm wondering maybe did he get him out of some trouble like Will, but like because like how are you from Yamacraw to fucking Princeton to London with a gangster? It I need a timeline because it's like they're like, oh yeah, Phil helped me out and gave me a job, and now I'm indentured servant. Like, what is happening? What's going on here?
Mm.
So Carlton says to Will, yeah, he has a son. It's something we just don't talk about, but it's understood.
Well, maybe we should talk about it. See, you think? What do you think?
I was like, bro, you got enough shit going on. Worry about that
Like, just
scholarship.
I think we should help Jeffrey find his son. Say,
Bro,
sit
get
down, man. Like,
Nancy
go,
Drew.
don't you gotta practice your jumper? Get your jumper right. You can't even
You
be
can't
on
beat the
AAU's
Ezekiel
football
boys,
team.
bro. You need to move.
I don't like Will this season. Will's very
Oh,
annoying.
Cole
He's a
was like,
very
well,
annoying
matter of
character.
fact, fuck him.
No, I'm serious. He's a very annoying character this season. And I'm not trying to
Yeah.
I know this is, but he really is annoying as fuck. Like, I'm like, hey
Mhm.
man, sit down. Go over there, man. Chill out.
Yeah. I think he's especially aggravating because this is not the Fresh Prince. This is Bel-Air, and you've established other people. Like even we got to help him get his son. That could have been someone else if you just wanted that in this show.
No,
I
Will had to say it.
sure.
Yeah, that's
Um,
I rolled my eyes very hard too.
and,
Yeah,
go for it.
I,
And then when he
I did.
confronted Jeffrey, I was like, I thought he was gonna keep it honest. That is a grown man. Y'all are
Hey,
not peers. Y'all are not
I
peers.
mean, he is messing with Jackie. Jackie got a whole family at home, so he made me feel like he
Bro,
could talk since his girlfriend's married with a child and
grow
a husband.
up. Grow up.
Hey,
Like
how'd
Jackie
you?
did.
I'm looking at. Hey, G, I'm trying to be a stepdad. What do you think?
He's like, and then he cries, I have my own kids. Like, whoa, wait a minute. But yeah, I was like, bro, this is a grown ass man. Like, I get y'all cool. Y'all got like a friendly relationship, but like a cool uncle and nephew relationship. Like, if it ain't came up now, nigga, what?
I thought
I
you was
don't know.
going to always keep it 100 with me, man. Like,
Then
nigga, I
Jeffrey
kill
gonna say,
people. I
oh, all
kill
right.
people for a living. Get out of here.
I was worried
Cut
about
your
what you
throat.
might think. Girl, what do you mean? John Wick 4? You talking about? I was annoyed. I was like, this shit is weird. Fuck them, bro. Um, so whatever, that shit happened. So then we get Ash. Okay. How do you feel about Ashley this episode?
They gave her something to do, but
Did you think it
the
fit?
something to do was minor because all we seen was a picture of Uncle, what's his name? Uncle
Earl.
Earl with a
Mhm.
always the the scenes with Ashley and Uncle Earl were so random. Like, here's Uncle Earl. Hey, Uncle Earl. Shut up, little girl. Uncle Earl, I got your plate. That ain't no good plate. Uncle Earl,
I'd have
you
said
gonna give me
fuck
some
you.
dessert around here? I would have whooped Uncle Earl's ass, to be honest with you. But
I'd have took his cane.
Uncle Earl was like, you ain't gonna give me no cake. She was like, you gotta tell me some stuff about you, Uncle Earl. And he was just like,
I
she
beat
just won't
people.
leave me alone.
I was part of the Tuskegee experience.
And
Like, girl, what are
he was like, I'm
you
from
doing?
Tuskegee Airmen. Here's a picture, and then you get a whole trophy.
So
It was just random things, random scenes that didn't make any context of anything. Like, why couldn't we get instead
come on.
of dealing with like,
Come
I
on.
don't know, it was a lot of
Come
stuff
on.
we was dealing with, but like, why couldn't we get like a whole little get about 3 minutes of Uncle Earl telling more than just I was a Tuskegee. Oh, you changed, you wrote history. Here's a picture. Oh, we got to get him an award. We got to give him a
So no,
but
I'm gonna tell
he's
you.
got a history of being mean. So I'm like, what?
That's
Was it the
what's
pie?
Big
Was it the
Mama?
sweet potato pie?
What's Big Mama Daddy? Big Mama Uncle Big Mama brother name in Soul Food. Who wouldn't
He
come out the
probably named
room?
Earl too. Who knows?
That's Earl. No, I think what this show was missing. Now, stay with me. Was some Tyler Perry. I thought that
I can agree with that.
with this because he excels at the family reunion type shit. What I thought was going to happen was Earl was going to be an asshole. Ashley was going to try to get him to come around. Julius and Phil were going to argue, like have a big blowout, and then we would get a Cicely Tyson type monologue from Uncle Earl to my man. We family. We supposed to be together. This and that or whatever.
That's the problem with y'all. Y'all sit up there and y'all argue all the time.
Lost it,
and
daddy, and lost the way.
I gave my life for this country. I was Tuskegee Airman. What, Uncle Earl? We didn't know that.
Like, yeah, niggas, because you ain't asked. Ashley, the only one who asked.
And then he'll be like, and yeah, Ashley will be like, yeah, here. He showed me this picture.
Or even better yet, tie him to the Black Panther Party in that book that Ashley Alpha gave her, some kind of way, like, hey, also you're, I don't know, such and such. But yeah, I thought that was him getting that trophy. I was like, bro, he ain't did shit. Like, I get that he's the eldest. I'm not.
No, it was some motherfuckers in that little few generations before him, and in that family reunion, he
Maybe
just was the one. He was just the mean one. There was some other ones in there, just like, I want my trophy too.
Bro,
you know what? You know you got some jealous uncles and aunts in there. Well, everybody feels sorry for Earl, old sorry ass.
They don't know he got.
They don't know he had two families.
Right. Tell him about that mixed race girl from down the street he used to mess with. and then
he always sitting around drinking with his old drink. He probably drunk now. And they gonna give him an award. Can't stand Earl. Old cheap ass.
Bro.
Squeeze a quarter so hard, turn it to a nickel.
Oh. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. My family different.
Hey, that's what this show needed. Some different shit. Earl, asshole. So the mama. Do you think this was good casting to have?
Yes.
Okay.
I like her. She Anne-Marie Harford, who is to me the mom from Friday.
Yep.
Having her on here was great. I was like, oh, she gonna do a good job. Good job. So I really enjoyed her. Even though I don't feel like she was used enough.
I don't think so either. I think we sacrificed a lot of folks for this Julius Field stuff, which was like,
okay. I can't wait till we get to that. But
so yeah, I think she was wasted. Her arc felt, because she was wasted, because I get the daughter-in-law, mother-in-law, I get that, but then we got, maybe she was an alcoholic, and then we got,
I ain't get that either. Like, mama, when you start having a taste, and why you drinking? I told you about drinking so much. I'm like, well, where are we going with this?
Also, not to be funny, y'all is from like South Carolina. Not to say there's drunk people there, but I'm like, you're setting him up to be from this environment where like people drink. Like, that was a weird thing. I thought that was going to come to something like, oh, she used to be an alcoholic, or
she got health issues or stuff.
Yeah,
like
or something. Or like,
the only thing was, and I'm not trying to downplay this, but it was like her husband died.
Yeah, but that's but it wasn't even that. It wasn't like, because I don't even know how long ago did he die? Like 3 years? Like, when did he die?
I have no idea.
That
part got lost on me too. I was like, she can't have a taste.
But nigga, not only did he die, Uncle Julia's wife died.
Right.
Oh my god, damn, y'all done killed everybody off on this show.
Why not? Fuck them. I did. I thought she was wasted. I felt like she most definitely could have did a whole lot more. She was good in her role, and then, but that was the thing too. The thing between her and Viv, like, you could see where it was gonna go. Like, I was like, they're gonna get along at the end. Like, she gonna be like, I love you. You're the best person for my son. Like, I knew that was coming.
They didn't give me enough, like, back and forth. Like, there was a little slide comments or whatever when they first walked into the house, but for the most part, she's more like some fried catfish. Oh, Phil didn't tell you, and I was like, what?
See, that's another thing about Vivian that I didn't like. She was like, fried fish. Girl, wait a minute. You were the blackest person on this show. If anything, you'd be like, well, I'll go get the cornmeal. You should have been the first one getting the cornmeal. Talking about fried fish. What's going, girl? Stop. You know you wanted some of that fish too.
What pissed me off is that, and I'm not doing like man versus woman thing. I'm not doing that. But it really felt like Phil was like misusing Vivian. And I get that there's compromise in a relationship and in a family. That's not lost on me. But if you open up the line with, "Oh, I know you retired from your art showing and you got this, this, and that, but can you
Pick
restructure
up my
your
mama.
like?" I was
Pick
like,
up my mama. Get the room ready.
"You pick up your mama. I booked her a room in the Four Seasons. Go get her." You, and then even with like when the mama was like, "Oh yeah, he missed some of the Zoom meetings or whatever." I'm not placing that blame on Phil, but I'm also like, you know what your mama is like. You know what her relationship with your wife is like. Like what he became like a child. So though I feel like he was a little bit better this episode as far as like his portrayal of Phil, I was like, why is all of this labor falling on Vivian? And it's not
For the
like, oh,
payoff.
the
For the payoff
payoff
with his mom. Where she was
that
like, I know you. Come on, bro. You should have seen the setup from the very beginning. The
I
payoff
did, but it's
was
like,
Vivian, girl, you have a hard job, and it's all you did. All of this, I know you did, and I'm happy for it. And yeah, that was the bro. I seen the setup from even when I
sitcom.
first watched this show, I was like, oh, conflict with the mom. It was a sitcom episode.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's gonna wrap up in 30 minutes, even though the show's an hour. They're gonna wrap it up. They're gonna get together, and she's gonna be like, "Girl, I've always admired you.
Mm-hmm.
I've always admired you, Vivian. Like you're just such a strong woman for my Yamakra."
I don't think they should have been bumping heads anyways. Like that, she's giving you 3 grandchildren. Hillary is like 24. Like this is not.
Well, it's hard for me to see the way y'all set up Vivian Banks in this show. It's hard for me to
Mm-hmm.
see anybody not like her.
Truly, yes. Like
She is
without
a
giving a
wonderful
reason.
person. To me, I love her. She's wonderful.
But I think there is a element of like sneakiness that you can attribute to her, not because she's just a bad person, but the fact that her and Phil both hid Lou from Will. I understand that their reasoning was like to protect him, but there is a way that you can incorporate that where she could have a legitimate beef with her and have it all come out to be a misunderstanding. Because I feel like nobody's perfect, and as much as I love Vivian, having her flawed in that way would like be like, oh, she's regular. She's a regular person. She deal with shit too. But I don't think her and the mama should have been going at it at all. I feel like that should have been cool as shit. Like, you could still get the same result, girl. I know you did everything. Like, yes, Phil wouldn't even tell me when the Zoom calls was. He say it's because I was doing my art show, but I think he was just trying to
Or
do everything on his
just for the
own.
fact of just saying he told me last minute to come pick you up.
There we go. There we
My
go.
Yamakra, he's gonna be who he is.
There we go. You knock it all out. Just yeah. I don't know. So I didn't like that her and mom was going back and forth. I'm like, bro, y'all are too similar. Y'all are in the the very same station in your respective families. Like, let's not do that. Okay. So with Ashley, I do want to kind of revisit her for a minute. I liked her this episode.
Who?
I thought Ashley Banks. I felt like she had a little bit more personality. And I think it just shows that the show is kind of wasting her because she was fun. She was fun this episode.
She was in like 3 scenes.
But
Of course, she was
again, compared to
fun.
what we got before, at
Hi,
school, she's
Grandma.
always sad. She
I can
always
give you
sad.
her whole dialogue. Hi, Grandma. Is that Uncle Earl? You messed around. You brought your boyfriend in front of Jazz, and
I would have
let's
left you on
give
read
Uncle
too.
Earl. Let's give Uncle Earl an award. Those were all of her lines.
Bro.
And paycheck.
Well, good for her. I still think she was funner this episode.
Funner. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
She
God.
is there for window dressing.
I don't give a damn. I love
When I watched the episode, I was like, oh, she's just there for like window dressing. Like, oh, my fault. Her fifth line. Dad has me watching The Elders.
Which, if I'm being honest, I get that, but I'm also like, that would have made more sense if she really tended to everybody. There was like 4 aunts and then Uncle Earl. I was like, girl, all these kids here, you better get your ass out of my face and go play with these damn cousins. Like, what are we doing? But whatever.
Well, technically, when you're the Scarlet Witch, like she's technically Ashley Alpha.
Okay.
She's the Scarlet Witch. What do you want from me?
Yeah, she is. She is. All right, Wanda Banks. So Jeffrey confesses all is right with the world. Act 1 is wrapped up. We get the introduction of the family. Can I say that first man that came off the bus? I thought that was David Banner. Just for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
I think David Banner's a little bit more. Talking about the green hat dude.
No. The first one, the thicker guy, the
Fred. He had on green, right?
No, not you. Think about the one with dreads, not him. The dark skin one. He had like a little fade. But I was like, bro, what? David Banner, what you doing here, man? I was like, bro, because I was laying on my side watching from my phone. I was like, that ain't
David Banner is way too woke for this show. So,
dang, maybe that's his role here. That's Uncle Earl. Omega. So we get the extras. Everybody come in the house. We meet Uncle Julius, Bill Bellamy. How do you feel about his casting? Let's get to it. Oh, all right.
Yes.
Well, there we go.
Finally, let's get some charisma in this one. Loved him.
Okay.
I seen Bill. I said, "Oh, I see they got Bill Bellamy." I said, "Okay, Bill." And he was being Bill Bellamy, like
yes,
came in dressed as like an uncle. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Bill Bellamy was a little too smooth, but I said he dressed down for that one. He came in dressed like an uncle, promoting his car business. I loved it. He won up Bill every chance he got, and I loved every second of it. He just when he was like scoop, 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 I was like, oh yeah, get out of here, Phil. We got some charisma around here. Get the hell out of here. I loved it. Loved it. The only bad part was it's like, do you hate your son? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yes, he does. Yes. God, yes. He does not want when his wife died, he was like, it should have been you. I know he said that.
Yeah, he said it. He said it.
So
he said that. Should have been your ass.
And it's like maybe she, I don't know, died like I don't know, doing something so far removed from a little boy would ever do. He's like, it should have been you. But like,
should have been you.
She was at the nail salon getting her hair done.
Right. Car came through the nail salon.
Right. Like, it still should have been you. I was at school, nigga. No, I loved this. Was great casting.
Yes. I loved it. I was like, we got to get him back. Bring him back, please. Yes.
I think he has, like you said, the charisma. He has the personality, and then I think he also compliments Uncle Phil with Adrian. What's the nigga name? Whatever.
Adrian Holmes.
Because their personalities are so different, they do compliment each other as because it gives me Will and Carlton. Like that's what it gives me. But as far as the difference in person, they mesh well because they are so opposite. I thought he did good. I have an issue with Phil. Again, going back to being a black person,
your friend,
in the South. I mean, you could keep saying it; it doesn't make it true. I think we've established for the last 6 episodes how I feel. You keep revisiting
your Philip cape was waving in the air so much last season. It's hard for me to get around that big cape of yours, that big Phil cape that you had.
I had
to do this.
I could
because your cape, your Philip cape was just so big.
And you have a chance to understand that information, your feelings can change. I loved Will last season. He's annoying now. Phil, I was into this guy. Like, yeah, give him a chance. But you've proven, you being Phil, that you just a piece of shit. No matter what season we in. When Phil had this smart remark, now this to me did not feel like the regular brothers trying to one up each other. When he was like, yeah, it's the shameless promotion for his business on the shirt. And I was like, what's the problem? Like, what's wrong with that? Yeah, it's the shirt that ain't nobody gonna wear but one time at the family reunion. Bro, I have family reunion shirts from the 90s that I still own. What do you mean?
Hey,
feels like
that was a comment that pissed you off. No, the comment was he sells cars. No, brother, I don't just sell cars. I own 10 dealerships.
No,
that was a comment that you should have got upset
about. It came after. No, brother, I'm going from where I got pissed off initially because I was like, a shirt, and maybe it's just me where I grew up, but like if there was like a circus in town or a fair, they would have sponsors like, oh, General Motors, AT&T, whatever on the back of the shirt. It's a family fucking reunion. You niggas didn't put up the money for these shirts. He did all this. How do you have a family reunion without matching shirts? You mad? Because I was like, wait a minute, this seems like a weird thing. And that stuck out to me so much because they have this thing with Phil, and it's been happening since season 1, where it's like, yeah, I'm this billionaire conglomerate lawyer with kind of an lawyer office, but I'm getting back to my roots. I'm gonna go back to the south side of town. And I'm gonna be stepping all. But what I'm saying is, this is completely
sounds like very familiar. Somebody else has said that, but I don't know.
Nobody is denying that. We all know how you feel. But what I'm saying is, after all of that, how in the hell if I've constantly been like, I love comic books, man, I love Power Rangers, I love animation, and then me and you show up at a party and you like, hey man, here's this shirt I made, and got Power Rangers on. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Power Rangers, nigga? It felt like this is common practice that events have sponsors. This is common practice. Like, why would you not? What is the issue with your brother who has this fucking fleet of car dealerships? Putting car dealerships in the back of the shirt.
They broke it down. One, they've always been competitive against each other, and two, clearly their father was just like, "Hey, Julius, you ain't gonna never be shit, but Phil, he's going places. Let's give him the college money and let you just work in the trenches."
That shit fucked me up when he said that. I was like, "Oh, nigga, what?" You gave up.
They paid off, bro. This is a very predictable episode. It was just a very sitcom story of the week episode where it's just it's like, man, they compete against each other. We brothers, but he was just like, yeah, but Dad hated me. He loved you.
Mm-hmm. Like,
let's just try to do something together, brother. That's why I said this is like a filler episode, man. Like everything was just very predictable. It was a very predictable. It's like they was just like, hey, y'all want to put like a feel good episode in? Let's just do that. They gave the writers the week off and gave some junior writers some interns the time episode to write up, and they wrote this.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't even like Kyle, his son. I didn't like Kyle either.
Hold up. Kyle is played by Amar Wooten. I think I'm saying that correct. Wooten. I was watching this show and I said, why the fuck does this motherfucker look so familiar? He was in the 4400. So the reboot from 2021. Shout out to Robert Jeffrey. Me and him did the review of that entire series before it was canceled. So it only has 1 season. The original, I think, has 5 or 6 seasons. We're still going through that. But this, don't laugh, y'all, or laugh. I don't care. But when I saw him on screen and I realized who he was, I was so fucking excited because I feel like this is a little cousin who I ain't seen in like 5 years. And look at him, you're so big now. Like I genuinely had that reaction to him because he has the same face, but he looks a little different than he did in 2021, which that show was probably shot in 2020 or something. But all that being said, now back to your statement. Yeah, he was a little bit of a dick, but clearly with a dad like
it wasn't him being a dick. He didn't feel needed.
Really?
Like the whole thing with Carlton, like, let me miss this pass. So, like, what does it change?
No, that was weird.
Uncle Julius said, "Hey, I love you, son," for like a second, and then as soon as they get back, all he gonna do is just be like, "You see, you're always fucking up." Like he got a moment with his father, which maybe that's all some people need. But I'm pretty sure Julius, as soon as they get back to South Carolina or wherever they from, he gonna beat him like he always do. Just gonna beat on him.
I can't even say you wrong because that motherfucker. I was like, especially when I found out about his daddy, I was like, nigga, do you not see you doing the same shit?
Same thing.
Like,
Told you this was the sitcom episode of Bel-Air.
I can agree. I can agree. But I like seeing him. So though he may not have been needed,
Uncle Julius
Kyle, I got a ride for him because of 4400. I don't even care. I was like, yeah, there he go. There go Kyle. Yeah. I think we should have gotten more of Kyle in Carlton than we got of Will and Carlton. Like I feel like he could have took a back seat and just emphasized Banks family rivalry being like all up and through there or something. I didn't like the flag football.
I don't want that shit.
I mean, if they're gonna do it, lean
Banks
into
family.
they did it.
Now he's me and you, Will. We're gonna go head up. I'm like, bro, like who? I don't give a fuck about the fucking founders of shit. I don't give a fuck about goddamn Kyle getting whipped like a dog.
Oh, no.
I don't care. I don't want this fucking Banks family rivalry shit. Fuck it. You know what I want? I want to figure out what we're gonna do with Carlton. I want to see Carlton prevail. I want to see Will suck at basketball for a fucking change because he sucks. I'm tired of this shit, man. Like, this show has been dragging their feet a little bit this season, and it kind of pisses me off because this is what, episode 6? So we only got 4 more episodes?
Mm-hmm.
So what we doing? I don't give a fuck. I don't even give a fuck about Jeffrey's fucking son no more. Like, this is a little late in the game, guys, to be showing us a picture of a nigga who ain't really his son. Clearly, he's not the father. Okay, let's just figure that shit the fuck out. We don't know what's happening with Vivian's career. Like, we just flushed that down the toilet now. Like, the whole shit with Reed and her being able to be the first. Who gives a fuck about that shit? I just don't care, bro. Like, clearly, Philip don't give a fuck about his whole law firm. That shit is going no fucking where. We get Erica, who clearly went to when she went to college with Vivian and fucking Phil. Well, whoop-de fucking do. So what? Did she try to fuck him? Like, was it a situation where she tried to get with Viv?
That's the
what? And she's just like, why didn't you tell? How'd she find out? Oh yeah, I forgot. She went through his phone.
Room. Yeah. So
I'm tired, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. This episode made me very tired. You want to know why? We didn't move the story nowhere. This should have been in the beginning of the season. We could have got the fucking family reunion bullshit out of the way. And we could have kept, like, you guys have really just kind of like put a stopgap on, like, the only thing that we get some forward motion on is Hillary, Jazz, and this tall nigga who I don't give a fuck about him either. He's just like, well, I'm just playing the friend role so I can get Hillary back. Shut the fuck up. You're a dummy.
To her cousin?
You're stupid. Okay. I'm kind of frustrated because I wanted last week's episode had me like ready for some meat and potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And they served me like marshmallows. Bro, I don't give a fuck about Uncle Earl. Fuck him too.
He said fuck Uncle Earl. Oh man.
I'm sorry for my rant, man.
Keep going.
It just pisses me off because I don't give a this was a dumb episode. You know what saved this episode?
What?
Before I Let Go at the end of the goddamn, like, if it wasn't for that song, I would have most definitely said this shit was terrible. But because I listed Before I Let Go and they actually made it a black barbecue, fine. two songs they had in here that had most definitely made it a black gathering. This is how we do it. And Before I Let Go, I said, you know what? They had some black folks in the writer's room for this one because that's what saved the episode for me.
Oh,
sorry, I had to let that out, man. I was trying to be very civil this episode, but god damn, man, this shit pissed me off because I was like, this is so bland. If you want some vanilla ice cream, watch this episode because this shit was bland as fuck.
Okay, I mean, you really feel it. No, I do feel like this should have been somewhere else.
This big goof ass football playing ass nigga on here too. His goofy.
Okay,
ass. Nigga,
so let's get right.
Clearly, you play for you. Clearly, you're on the bench.
Let's get right into it. So LaMarcus shows up. Phil invited him to the family reunion, which I ain't gonna say is weird. It is for this because, like,
he explained that away.
I
Hey,
suppose
you invited him to the art show, so I just thought it was okay that I can invite him
that's
here.
dumb.
And people's
That's
like,
dumb.
but everybody loves LaMarcus. I'm like,
We don't even notice that we just met him. Nobody don't love him. Y'all never mentioned him before. You didn't mention him last season. We like nobody even inquires about Hillary's love life prior to Jazz showing up. Nobody
right.
was like, "You ain't dating no boy." Maybe them sorority ladies was like talking shit about her. Maybe they brought it up, but like nobody really brought up Hillary and her dating habits or if she's with somebody or whatever. So like to be like, "Oh, LaMarcus, yeah, everybody love this nigga." Do we though? Because we don't
Clearly they
know him.
do. Is that here come the mama? Is that LaMarcus over there? You better come give me a hug. Hey, lady, guess what? He's broke, man. He has a coke habit. Y'all
Oh,
don't even want to talk about
you're
that.
about to just give
LaMarcus
him a coke
snorts.
habit,
He snorts coke.
bruh. I think the actor playing LaMarcus, I'm happy for you. Get you a check, but we do not care. What's that mean? We do not care.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm team Jazz.
yeah,
Why couldn't we just have Jazz didn't even show up on the episode? Which I
yeah.
get,
At
I
the end,
understand. He's down and out, and
yeah. I
and then they tried to make LaMarcus bond with Will because they're both athletes. It's like, yeah, man, you got to grind every day and all this. But yeah, I get it. Shut the fuck up, bro. You
I
got traded.
don't I
Clearly,
don't
they didn't want you in Philly.
I
Clearly, you
don't
didn't
like
get a
that.
ring.
I
Sorry,
don't like
bastard.
the LaMarcus being like him spelling out his plan for Will. I didn't like that. I'm like,
That was dumb.
just let him be around. Let him just. I feel like what should have happened is, as an audience member, have me come to my conclusion like, oh, this nigga trying to get Hillary. Don't confirm it for me because now he's
Right.
just the villain. Before it was just like, I'm Team Jazz, forget him, whatever. But now it's like, now I have to hate him because like, what are you doing?
I'm playing the role,
Also,
man, just so I can get back in. And
but
it's
that's his
like,
cousin. Why would you say it to his cousin? You just met this nigga.
oh,
Hey,
because they bonded over being athletes.
this is your
Remember?
family member. Call
Man,
me
I
your
gotta get out there and do it. I gotta grind every day, Will. Yeah, man. I get it. Like,
By
yeah,
the way, I
man. Like,
killed someone. Oh,
I gotta, I hustle real hard out here. Yeah, man. But I'm just playing a role until I can get back
fuck
in.
your cousin.
I'm never gonna quit because I want Hillary back. I'll be honest with you. Don't nobody like you, man. Nobody likes you but Phil. And don't nobody
away,
like
bro.
Phil either.
Two peas in a pod. Yeah, that shit was weird as fuck. I don't have enough faith. It's like, where is his LaMarcus? Where are your friends? That's a
He
conversation
don't
for
need
your
him no more
friends.
because he wants Hillary so bad.
That's not a conversation for us.
Another
Come on,
bit of truth here.
come
Hillary
on.
ain't really got no real job. And she was just like, I gotta be more than just your eye candy, LaMarcus. It's like,
Which okay, no. Let me jump off of that. I don't agree with what you said about the real job, but the second part to me makes so much sense with her job. If them two lazy, shiftless ass women who in the house won't do shit was just complaining about, oh, we ain't got no red carpet events such and such, y'all ain't bringing shit to the table. Hillary got you this high end art auction shit. She done brought in this, I don't know, player football high profile nigga. Being with him would like, oh, I don't want to be arm candy, sure, but if you're being an influencer, which is adjacent to celebrity, which is in the realm of fame, and he brought so much shit that you got a sponsored deal that you have been working your ass off of, why the fuck wouldn't you want to be his arm candy and let him work for you and you work for him? That would make more sense with the career path she's chosen. So to be like, I don't want to be arm candy. I know I'm not a woman, and I know I don't deal with whatever maybe going on with like that, a complex or whatever, but like, for your job, like, I love comics. So if motherfucker Stan Lee was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? What's up? Let's go to the
rest
Waffle
in peace.
Right. That's the first name
He's
that came
dead.
to mind. But whatever, bro. What I'm saying is, if a motherfucker who is in comics and we had history is like, hey, what's up? Like, why the fuck wouldn't I like comics? I hook me up with a nigga to interview.
LaMarcus ain't went back and tried to steal a sign from you. LaMarcus ain't went out there to get you out of your fucking contract for that damn house. LaMarcus didn't let you borrow his car. LaMarcus didn't do none of this shit that Jasmine did. See, you old traitor ass nigga, bro. Like I don't even want to fuck with you.
Hold up. Let's be clear. The example I gave was in direct compliment to what you were saying. I'm saying if her issue is I don't want to be arm candy, I'm not advocating for him. I'm saying you can't say, oh, I don't want to be arm candy when being arm candy will go hand in hand with the career path that you've chosen. I'm not saying she need to be with him. I'm saying that line of thinking doesn't make sense to me because you want to be an influencer. You want to have success. He's already brought you the success. If you don't like him, sure, but don't be like, oh, I don't want to be your arm. That's what would help advance your career. What do you mean? So no, let's be clear, listeners. I am not advocating for LaMarcus. I'm Team Jazz. I'm saying in this instance, that just doesn't make sense. You can't be seen with Jazz because you want to keep this public appearance of I'm available and attainable, but then you also don't want to be on LaMarcus's arm, even though he brought you in this sponsorship that you couldn't really do on your own without the Ivy's numbers, apparently. So, yeah. So, no, don't call me no traitor.
This is weird. And then the whole text at the end, like, you could just come to my house, I'll leave the door unlocked. And she's just like, I'm outside dancing with LaMarcus. LaMarcus was like, this is our song. I'm like, how?
This was your song?
You hear that? He was like, remember, this is our song.
No,
I'm, like,
I'm saying, like, this, but
when?
Okay.
What are you talking about? Did y'all have a time machine?
They did.
Is the universe broken for y'all characters too?
Yeah. No, they was in
He's a goofball. Just oh my god, man. And it's like she ain't even really fighting for Jazz's love like that. She was like, I've texted him, I talked to Jazz and I talked to him and he said it was okay.
Now hold on.
If you cape for this shit, I promise you.
No, I'm not caping for nothing.
Podcast.
No.
You better not cape for this. You better not.
What I'm saying is I agree with you when she's not, doing X, Y, and Z. If he shuts you out, and I get why they did it because it's the very special family reunion episode. But her showing up at his house, regardless of how you feel about it, I feel like that should have taken precedent over all this other bullshit. Him not communicating for me is a problem. No, I'm still fuck him. I was so mad. Get your dirty ass fingers out of this goddamn pot. I was so
finish your thought.
No, that shit pissed me off. But as much as I am Team Jazz, I can't. He is not without fault because you have an issue with your girlfriend and the way she acted, which rightfully so. But if you're shutting her out and not having a fucking conversation with her about that, no, you can't.
He's talking to her,
huh?
He come on, bro.
No,
she consistently crossing lines, man. And you're sitting up here. Well, if you hadn't, he's communicated this stuff with her. She's still doing it to save whatever she's trying to do, whatever she's trying to prove to these people in the house. She's clearly not respecting him and what he's trying to do, what he's done for her. And so yes, it gets to a point where sometimes people just get fed up. You know what? I don't want to talk to you right now. No, I'm not communicating with you. You literally brought your ex-boyfriend in here. I'm over here standing over this nigga, and you sitting up here just like you ain't even. You walked off from me at this. You didn't even grab my hand and bring me over there to you. Going over there sucking his dick just like the rest of your family was. No. And now you sit up here trying to figure out why I'm not answering your text. I'm not answering your text because you just don't respect me as your partner, and I clearly love you. It's clear that Jazz loves her, and she's just like, well, I'm sorry, baby. You think why is Jazz not answering my text? Cause you don't get it, sister. Well, I just wanted to get this contract. Okay, I get that
contract,
but if you really felt strong about our relationship. When you walked your tall ass over there, you should have grabbed my hand and be like, and you're coming with me. Come on, babe.
Hey, she wasn't going to do that because she didn't tell the nigga was coming. So she wasn't going to do that.
Jazz has been a little distant lately. You think?
Hey, with Ashley, and I know you got
I think I'm going to go outside and shoot some hoops. Maybe get my mind off of it.
This is not Love and Basketball. That ain't no Sanaa Lathan. Don't be trying to play her. But
No, she's better than Sanaa. She can dunk.
Hey, from a chair. She ain't gotta stand up. But no, I don't. The LaMarcus thing is weird because now I feel like we're stuck with him. He's just gonna be here for the rest of the season.
He's Lisa. He's fucking Lisa. Hanging the fuck around, just hanging around. Hey, everybody. Hungry, coming up just like Moesha. Hey, Mr. Mitch, what you got for breakfast? Go home, Roger. I know I'm putting a lot of shows in one place.
But still,
it's still the same universe. But go home, bro. I was so glad Lisa went on this episode because her little stiff ass would have been up there, would have messed up the whole Soul Train line. Bro, thank you, Lord, she wasn't on this episode.
No, shout out to JJ Jupiter. We were talking and she was like, "Ask Cole about Lisa." I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna wait to the end of the episode, see how far we go before he says."
I was so glad she went in this episode. She would have been like, "Hey guys, I can dance too." No,
oh my God.
Go home, Roger. Go home.
Oh my God.
I was like, I said, "No, Lisa." Yes. Thank you.
Nope. You got her variant because
I got I got Jaquan in here with his big ass.
He's weird. The other thing that really pisses me off about the way he's portrayed is you didn't give the audience a chance to like him. Like, it would have been more effective if we didn't know he wanted her and he was just like a cool guy. Him and Jazz got along, but secretly I want her, because at the very least she would have me at least invested. Like, damn, this is cool. Her current and her ex, they getting along. The family like him, but to have him come out and just be the villain, I was like, I'm not invested enough. Like,
I don't think Hillary's the villain.
And her parents. We come to find out that the Banks is
this nigga Phil. Well, what's up, Frat? I will slap you. I will slap the shit out of you. I can't stand. What's up, Frat?
You gonna slap the Frat out of him? Oh man, yeah, we missed you at I don't know, whatever event they had last season.
I'm like, you don't even respect this girl's fucking relationship. Well, she probably ain't even. But you know what? Hillary probably wouldn't. Well, no,
she didn't tell him. No, she didn't. She didn't tell him she had a boyfriend.
What an asshole.
Okay, I was like, watch it, bro.
What an no, I'm talking about Phil. What's up, Brett? First of all, you don't step good. So let's just get that out of the way. You're very stiff. You're a stiff ass nigga who don't know how to fucking step. Secondly, I mean, could you give me a break, brother? And he's a terrible football player. Who throws the ball to their fucking son when you want to win the game? You got a nigga who's 6'8". You could have just threw it to him and he would have won the game. Let me just throw it to my son who has a heart. You didn't want to win. You didn't want to win that football game. Throw it to your son.
Bro. You are
Get out of here with that bullshit.
You are terrible.
I play to win. And he's just like, let me just throw it to my son, even though I got a wide receiver who plays for the NFL. I could have threw it to him to win the game.
No. He was on Julie's team.
No.
Wait.
The football player.
No, you're right. My bad. You're right.
Yeah. Phil, because they said, Phil got a ringer.
Yeah, he did.
Too bad he didn't use it. What an idiot.
Yeah. This is weird.
You know, he's stupid. I hate this episode.
He's stupid.
I hate this episode, man.
Yo.
The more I talk about it, I was very chill before we got on the microphone. I was like, I got my notes. I was like, I said it was a filler episode. It was very, vanilla. No, this episode really sucked. This was not a good episode for me. You could have won the football game, but it's like now y'all gotta kind of tell a story, and it's like Carlton did this to make sure his cousin didn't get beat on, because you're pretty sure if he would have caught the ball and won the game or whatever, tied the game, I'm pretty sure Julius would have beat his son like he always does.
In front of everybody.
It's just terrible, man. Yeah, he would have just been like, he would have smacked him one good time.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why don't you just throw it to LaMarcus? That would have took all the ownership off of Kyle. Hire us to write your fucking show, guys. Because this is very vanilla. This is vanilla ice cream right now. No sprinkles, no nuts, no nothing.
Hey.
And I got to see Phil's bald head. So we can do this together, brother. Man, shut up, bro. Go away.
Okay, let's get to that. Because what the fuck are we doing? Giving Uncle Earl a trophy? It's not the same as taking care of our mom. What the fuck you mean? I was like, I thought he was gonna be like, have mom stay with me a couple months out the year, or let's get her a house and we'll go half on a bit.
But she don't have a problem. There was no problem. The only thing that was worried about was her being lonely. That was it. Like she ain't a drunk. She's not smoking crack. She ain't selling dope. She's clearly getting around good. She probably has a boyfriend back at home.
She does.
She doesn't have any problems.
What really makes
sell your house, mom, and stay with me?
But why? Why would I?
Because nobody likes Phil in his home. Everybody hates him. I ain't never doing this podcast again in my life. I'm sorry.
That's just next week, doesn't it? but no, that's weird because Phil's like, thank you for doing your part in taking care of mom. But how is he taking care? Like,
she's not senile. He's probably helping her. He's probably making sure the bills are paid or making sure like she's good to go. But like other than that, like I didn't see nothing wrong with her.
That's what I'm saying. But
she was shaking her ass at the end of the show.
No, Phil could have been doing that same shit. That's what I'm saying. He's not doing anything spectacular. Again, if she was in a wheelchair, if she, I don't know, was like clinically depressed, you're not doing anything.
All she wanted to do was drink. City. She just wanted to drink Hennessy and fry some fish. That's my grandma.
Yeah, she's lived long enough that she should be doing the fuck she want. Like, supply the fish. You got 10 fucking. Actually, she's probably taking care of your ass because when your wife passed away, you're still reeling. She seems like she's pretty much coping. Like, I miss my husband, but like, she cool. You talking about, man?
She said with Vivian, I like my life. I like my independence. I like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the problem? She didn't have sugar.
Manufactured.
Clearly, she didn't have the sugar. Clearly her blood pressure is okay. I don't, and she knows how to cook greens. Apparently, I don't see the problem.
Catfish. She could take care of herself. So
what are we doing? What was the conflict?
There was none. It was let me rely on these tropes that are usually in sitcoms.
This was Soul Food 3. Big Mama's okay.
Oh my god, no, it's the Soul Food 3. You know what the family did? I let the family in my house and the family fucked my husband. That's what
no, can't do that because her husband dead. So
god damn. Yeah, this was it again feels like they were taking tropes from sitcoms that we already know and love and expect and like trying to apply them, but it doesn't make sense in the grand scheme of things because this isn't a show that has episode of the week, very special episode, because we're with them in their life. So to be like, let's do it together and just get this nigga a trophy. One, it was weird because that trophy, is that not for flag football? You didn't even get him like a trophy.
That's what I thought. Y'all couldn't even give him a new trophy or get one sent to him.
I was like, that shit heavy. Uncle Earl ain't carrying that. Uncle Earl.
Maybe y'all could have gave Uncle Earl like some money. Here you go, Uncle Earl.
Or how about this? All the shit you trying to do for your mama, do for Uncle Earl.
Uncle Earl.
They never said like he's in a nursing home. He is in and then who is he? Is he mama's uncle? Is he daddy's uncle? Like Uncle Earl is just a member of the family that exists. He ain't even related to them. He just showed up.
Play uncle.
30 years ago. Right?
Play uncle.
60 years ago. And now that's just Uncle Earl. His last name ain't even Banks. It's Smith. That's Will Smith's uncle. I was like, bro, y'all act like if mom had been portrayed the way Uncle Earl was, this all would have made sense.
Yeah.
It's like they had too many storylines that they tried to mix in together. Like, I don't think we should have got Lamar. It's not because I don't like LaMarcus. I just don't think he should have been in this episode. Why is he here?
Well, they had to do that for the fact of we have Jazz not being in this episode. They had to put that stuff there for us to be able to. I mean, I wanted to see Jazz, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I wanted him to show up. I was like, let Jazz show up. Just let him show up extremely late and be like, yeah, I'm mad at you, but
and catch him dancing.
That's what I thought. And I was like, okay, he gonna show up. He mad at her. This is important to her. He can set aside his anger to like be with her family because clearly they have an issue with his poor ass or something. And then, but when he didn't
Not
show
with his
up, it was
poor
a
ass.
text. I mean, that's pretty much that's I feel. Oh,
No,
you with this nigga?
it's just funny how you say with his poor ass.
So, shit, nigga, yeah, I was
Like that
like,
was fucked up. Like you just sound so bad
like
with his
Phil,
poor ass.
like Phil, you peasant, you small business owner. Like, at least he go to work. He the only nigga that work on this show.
Phil ain't been to work
Oh,
in weeks.
no, I'm
He's
talking
like,
about Jazz.
I'm going back to the firm, guys.
I'm talking about Jazz.
All right, I'm
Jazz.
taking the day off. Huh?
I said Jazz. I mean, Jazz is the only one that works.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So with him and Erica, I know Erica work. When she ain't on camera, I know she working.
Okay, we
Yeah.
kind of skipped over this. Well, we kind of glanced over this really quick.
What?
Do you have anything else to talk about as far as like the Julius thing or the family reunion stuff? Because I really want to get into this Erica stuff.
Okay, so I can wrap this up. All in all, I like Julius. I think Bill Bellamy was a fantastic casting choice, and I'm glad that they made him family because now that we have a season 3, I would love to see him return.
Please
in
bring
1 or
him
2
back.
episodes.
Please.
I think they really kill it with because like even with Marlon being Lou,
that was awesome.
Like they're really, and even with Reed, like him showing up and being a vampire, like that was good. So they are really killing it with the casting. So I did like that. I love for my own personal reasons, 4400 Kyle. I do hope we see them again because I would like to see that their relationship has gotten better. I know it's real. Sometimes parents and kids don't have the best relationship, but I would like to think that when the credits roll, things got better. All in all, I thought it was a good episode. As far as the family reunion aspect, I do like this idea of expanding the world a bit more. And that's probably all I got.
Okay. So I put on my notes.
Oh shit.
I said, I want to see Rhayne blow up. So let me ask, what do you think happened with Phil, Vivian, and Erica for Viv? I ain't never seen Vivian, so matter of fact. So what do you think happened and where do you think? Because we ain't got but what 4 episodes left? Where we going? Because Vivian was kind of like she back in our lives again. What happened? What do you think happened and where are we going with this?
Knowing Phil, I don't know, maybe she ironed her shirts on his stiff neck. No, I think
because she made it apparently clear they were in college together. And she's like, I gotta deal with her again.
Phil is not the same as Vivian. Vivian, the way Cassandra's playing her, remember the episode, the dancing episode with Dark Skin on Viv in the first series? I feel like Cassandra would be that type of character. I'm gonna show you, or I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna let shit slide. That's what she is. Phil, for me, does not give me that. The very fact that you didn't tell your wife you had this conversation with Erica, and it's like, oh, well, when it's something to tell, no, girl, this is your wife. I really think that this passive aggressive ass fuck boy in college had a thing going on with Erica. I don't know if maybe the dating overlapped, or what I don't want is them to act as if Erica was pursuing him so much and he was so sexy and she just wanted him. That fuck the fact that you were Vivian. I don't want that. But Erica did make it clear, maybe I chose the wrong person. So I'm thinking that he maybe was head over heels for her, and they was in some things, and Vivian probably changed that for them. And I would love it if Vivian was the villain. Not that she went after a man who was already attached, but the villain in the sense that Phil and Erica probably would have been something had she not have shown up. I want that because Vivian has this very clear angelic, good guy persona, which I think is legitimate because she's a likable person. But to see this flaw, like, oh, you took him from this girl. Okay, first of all, let me be clear: you can't take a motherfucker that don't want to be taken. So, but as far as sayings goes, you took this girl's man. And another reason why I don't want Erica to be the oh, I was after you even when you was with Vivian and I was trying to get with you or I was pushing up on you. It's because you've established that she has these 2 failed marriages and that she's essentially married to her job. Like you're setting her up as this. I don't look down on her. I don't think she's less than, but I think in comparison to like all these other women that we've had on the show, you're not giving her the same portrayal as like Ashley Miss Hughes or as Vivian's artsy friends. Like you're not giving her that same treatment. So I don't want it to be like, oh, this hoe was trying to take my man and she couldn't take him. And like, I don't want that. I think I like Erica, the little
with a
bit that we
broke
saw her.
ass.
Right. Yeah, broke bitch. No, she ain't even in my sorority or some shit. I don't know. But I hope that I'm hoping that the interactions with Erica and Phil are so innocent. Like she's literally but I know they're not because the way she said,
I know exactly where they're going. I know where they're going.
I like Erica. I like her.
know where
She's
they're going.
pretty.
I know where they're going. That was Vivian's rival in college. She always wanted Phil, and Phil, they might have dated or something or went out on a few dates, but at the end of the day, he picked Vivian, and she was just like, "You should have been with me." And I'm telling you, they have some kind of romantic history
and I'm
somewhere.
with that. I agree. I agree. And I think it's good that they do because hell, we just went through everything with fucking Interview with a Vampire last season. Let Phil get his lick back with his old vampire.
Here's the thing.
Phil's stupid.
I think Phil's gonna take it a step further and really get his lick back for real.
And if he do, I hope Vivian whoops his ass. I hope she reaches all the way back to West Philly and comes back and kicks that nigga.
Because I really feel like, do we have to talk about it now? Are we? She kept bringing it up, and he was like,
"Oh yeah, no, she ain't playing. She not.
Yeah,
She not fucking
so
around."
it was probably intense between those two, and they know of each other.
You said what? Say that again.
They know of each other.
Yeah.
They made sure they established that. Like, I want to see where this goes because I really feel like Phil might slip up.
And I hate him because I feel like he will. That dumb bitch. I don't. The fact that I like Erica more than Phil is a problem. She was on screen for like 4 minutes. That woman was on there for like 4 minutes. But
or do we see Vivian just be real jealous and nothing happens?
But that's fine too. That's what I'm saying. Like if we go the route that Erica is actually just being innocent, but Phil not telling the full truth makes it look worse than what it is, I would be fine with that too because he needs to learn. Like Phil keeps consistently fucking people over in his family because he does not take accountability for the shit that he says or does not say. The shit with the police when he was talking to all them people like campaigning and wasn't giving them the full truth. You talking big bad Billy badass shit and spending that money behind your wife's back and not coming to her as a partner. Like he's consistently done this shit and then even blowing up at Will. Yeah, you might be mad at Will. You might think he's being disrespectful, but you just sprang on him that the one thing that probably could have changed the course of his life, you kept from him. So ain't no amount of you bailing him out of jail going to overshadow the fact that if you had of let me have a relationship with my father to begin with, I may not have been in jail. Or if I did, that's not on you. Now I have to question all the shit that I done been through because you niggas didn't play fucking, I don't know, WandaVision and decided to change my whole fucking life. But what I'm saying is, fuck Phil. Fuck Phil. Phil is, I liked him this episode because he felt a little bit more relaxed, a little loose, getting family time. But even that was like, who are you? Why is you here? Because what is happening? You are not being a good husband, huh?
I want to see what happens with him and Erica because I really feel like they're gonna take it.
I hope he doesn't cheat, but I hope he does cheat because I think that's another way to really separate this show from the. Not that I'm comparing the two, but I think by introducing his family was a really good way of like setting it in his own thing. And if you have him cheat, because first Uncle Phil wouldn't cheat, I'm gonna tell you that he wasn't cheating on nobody. Not
he was like my queen. He was laying it on pretty thick.
Yeah, because shit, Erica thick. That's why he was laying it on.
Erica's she is not a bad looking woman. I can tell you that right now.
That is a beautiful actress.
She got a little backfield emotion, if you know what I mean. She got a little Mm-hmm.
What the
Mm-hmm.
fuck?
Got them pantsuits on, better than his partner. Phil, Phil, because you tell me where she got her suits from.
From Gentleman's
I'm
Warehouse. Let's
poor.
go pick up one. It's from H&M. Fucking
I'm
ass.
poor, Philip. We are losing money.
I will never get over that. Watch, we never see those people again. We're not gonna see nobody from the firm again. Ever.
Not until Phil leaves.
In season 4? What? Bro. And also, let me tell you another reason why I hate Phil. How do you have this conversation with Erica? Have this conversation with your JC Penney partner and not think there is a possibility that I'll take this position. One, is with a firm that's making money. Two, I get my
and
old
that's
client
taking all
back.
of his clients.
I get my old client back who I know made us money hand over fist. And my JC Penney partner can get his ass on somewhere. Like, fuck him. So how do you have such a I get the idea of I don't want to, kind of mess up the mood or whatever, but like you have been through shit with her just last season from you not opening your fucking mouth and being appreciative. It's not just this girl from college. It's this girl from college who you got history with. Yes, her firm may give you money that you could use because you don't have a job right now. You're collecting unemployment, but that's not just homegirl from college. That's homegirl you used to Julian and you used to school days her. So like, bro, let's not do this. Y'all Macron. So I don't know. Feel a dirty motherfucker.
I'm very interested where they go because Vivian was not happy.
And
wasn't. You barely see her like, hey.
Then that nigga. Okay, this is so minor. But when she was showing her art off, and he's like, girl, come on, I need you to play spades. Bitch, get somebody else to do it.
You're very particular.
Yeah, because shit, all she
so
is
we calling her, she's showing her art off. Like it's a family reunion. You can show that shit later. Go play spades.
No, fuck that. You ain't your fucking angry ass mama and brother.
Play spades.
Shit. That bullshit. No, but that was fun. But yeah, no, he's gonna cheat. Shiftless ass. No,
we are both on the same page. God, he better cheat too.
Not he better cheat. No,
I need that, man. This episode was very bland, and I need some excitement next episode. Like I need somebody got to do something. Like Jackie needs to be like, here's my family, and I have 3 kids, and we'll be like, wait a minute, or something, or Doc sells dope. Something, give me something, man. Or Jazz just slaps the piss out of LaMarcus. Something, give me something. He just
give us all of that in the same episode. No, I think he cheats because I think that makes for much better TV because we know the original Phil wouldn't cheat. If he does, what does that fallout look like? You've been this
light skin on Viv.
No, bro.
Yes, we gotta figure. They have to figure out how to work that trope. That is such a big part of OG Fresh Prince. They have to figure out how to get it in there. And what better way than Erica being light skinned Aunt Viv? The woman who calls it the divorce.
And she has a baby and names him Nikki.
Huh?
I said she has a baby by Phil and name him Nikki.
The story writes itself.
Get out of here. Oh man, but no, because I would like to see what does that fallout look like. You are, for all intents and purposes, the Obamas. What does it look like when you niggas who are on this high pedestal fall from grace? How do we public? Which ain't no publicly nothing. He not a DA. Like
he went back to the firm.
Yeah, and you ain't like you sleeping on the couch. You have a whole pool house that no one lives in. Like,
you can't
bring
do that
over Earl.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
All right.
He too high strung for that shit.
Fuck him. So I don't know. He gonna
make Uncle Julius like a permanent character. Let's
honestly
let's see the calamities between those two every week.
I want to. Okay, you may not like this, but I want to see this. This gets me in TV shows and movies. You know how Will and Carlton was sneaking out. I want to see them sneak out, but then this is so stupid. But also have Julius and Phil doing some of the same silly shit where like they're coming in trying to sneak in and these niggas sneaking out. Just some silly hijink shit like that. I don't care. I want it.
Hey.
They just back away slowly, like you ain't see me. I see you.
You.
So yeah, but yeah, I think that would be that would have me tuning in. I'm gonna watch anyways, but that would have me extremely excited. Bill Bellamy in here hollering and screaming, the loudest character.
But they can't. They won't be able to do that with him. I would get tired of that pretty soon, though. Too.
He would be every episode.
Yeah, I don't know.
He could still show. Give me 3. Give me 3 episodes in season 3. I want to see 3 episodes with him in it.
Let's just have a phone call. Let's just do a spinoff. Uncle Julius beating his son every week. Just get drunk and beat Kyle all the time.
That's terrible. Just name the show after his dealership.
When do we have these crossover episodes with like
that's what I want.
Alexander pop up somewhere and she's Maxine Shaw or something.
101 crossover. Kyla Pratt or some shit. No, what I want to know is what time of year are we in? Like, are we
summertime?
Are we on summer break?
Oh no, well, May
because they still in school.
Spring break. It was spring break.
Okay, I'll accept that.
I don't know, man. Who cares? Like, it's a TV show. You gotta see. You know what your problem is? You want these details. This is not a book, brother. This is like this is a sitcom. This is a show. This is TV.
I want to know. I'm asking because
this could have been one random weekend. This probably ain't even in the timeline. They probably took this from like out of another time.
Okay. Yes, Cole. You're right. So I'm asking because since they're in school and we doing all the school shit and we got the
spring break,
all that, whatever. When is prom? Because I think these niggas like juniors. What are they?
They juniors.
Yeah, like when is prom? I want to see.
Who want to go to prom? Nobody want to go to no Bel-Air prom, nigga.
Hey, they got the best.
They want to see prom. America don't want to see them go to the prom. America want to see them live just enough for the city. They want to see that.
All right, y'all. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh man.
Okay. Let's wrap this up. I got one more question for you. This is vital. When we can wrap up the show, we'll be done with the pod. Okay, this is a vital question, and you got to answer it right because if you don't, I don't know if we can be cool anymore.
All right.
Are you a Soul Train line person or an electric slide person? At the barbecue. See, because they did the Soul Train line. They did. I just need to see what type of person you are to know if you're an ally or if I cannot trust you. This is important. Because before I let go, you could do both.
But I would have to go with electric slide.
Okay.
I would have to because I feel like there's too many things that could go wrong with Soul Train line.
Mm-hmm. We seen that with the Soul Train line they was doing. Like, it got a little too wild.
You remember the movie Ants from like early 2000s?
Yes,
and how they was dancing, doing that little shit together. I feel like with that, you can freak that up. You can make it your own. When you just wild doing whatever. Oh no, nah.
Like Carter being on Will's back, I was like, okay, y'all need to calm down.
Let's
calm down.
Let's talk about
don't pick the man. I know he's short. Don't pick that man up like that.
That was the weirdest scene. Like, and I love their relationship. I love how
but like that man is short already. Like, he's the shortest person there. Don't do that.
If it was Ashley, maybe because like, okay, she's the younger. You niggas is the same. You are months apart. Get off this man's back. We are not in a situation where like there's a flood.
I was looking at it more like Carter being like the shortest nigga there.
That's what I'm saying. Don't play him. I have a lot of friends that are much shorter than me, and I make my jokes. But like, I see that is frustrating. Like, I got one friend. Okay, you're not gonna watch this. I have a friend who couldn't get the bread off the top of the stove, and so I inched it just close enough. And when he grabbed it, I snatched it back. Well, I took a fist to the stomach for that, rightfully so. But what I'm saying is, this nigga, why get off his back? That shit was weird, and I don't even mean like freaky weird. It was just weird as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, y'all get a little too out of hand with this Soul Train lines. Okay, you're an ally. Because I said the same thing. I'm gonna let you slide, man, myself. Right?
Yeah, because you can make it your own, but still, getting the rules and people who can't really dance, they can still feel like they included. And
nothing felt worse than seeing Kyle dance by himself. Like everybody had somebody to dance with, and Kyle was just like, let me just do my move. And I was like, damn, Kyle. Don't nobody like you at all, bro. They didn't even want to dance with you, bro.
It's because his mama died. If she was alive, she would have danced with him.
Lisa should have been there like, my mom died too.
Right? No, I'm cutting this out. No, that is not where I was going. I was saying because his dad is an asshole to him. I know his mom.
Maybe we could date.
Another cousin I see.
Might as well.
Mine as well.
Just love them banks.
Bro,
love them banks, boys.
You ain't shit. You play lacrosse
love them banks,
too?
boys.
Do you have anxiety issues? Because I'm mean.
Do you swim? Do you know how to swim? I can teach you.
Yo, no, Lisa won't go slow. No way. She said we can't be friends if we can't be lovers.
Is that Kyle? I haven't seen him since we were kids. He's always been cute. Like, there go Lisa again. My mom died too. You know I'm assistant to Aunt Viv.
Bro, I feel like Lisa's daddy killed his wife. I gotta cut out.
Cut the brakes. He cut the brakes on the car.
They'll never figure this out.
They'll never figure this one out.
Oh my god, I'm a
great police work there, Johnson.
Yeah, I think he killed her. He was like, "Hey, I got this white woman. She's a size 0. Yeah. She talk a lot. I gotta get with the way
she got all kinds of luggage up under her eyes,
bro. He killed that woman, and you ain't about to make me think any different. That's the spinoff we need. Who killed Lisa's mom? So yeah, that listeners, do you have any wild and crazy theories about this show? Tell us at POF pod, #POF.
No, which one do you guys prefer? Yeah, look, our listeners, if you stayed this long, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer electric slide at the picnic, or do you prefer Soul Train line? Let us know. #POF pod.
You already know how Cole feels.
So electric slide
wisely. Yeah, I just think the electric slide makes so much more sense. It does. I'm sorry, it's more inclusive. Because that other shit, it can get ugly real quick.
Kyle was like, yeah. I was like, nah, bro, you.
Not too much on Kyle, bro. He tried. He gets smacked.
I can't wait till we had a very special episode where Kyle starts smoking crack because his dad beat on him so bad. Wrap it up, brothers, because if we stay on long, I'm gonna keep going.
This week on Holiday Heart, thank y'all so much for watching and listening. Cole, please tell these people. This has been Prince of Fresh Podcast, POF Pod. Use the hashtag. Cole, let these people know where they can find you online.
Man, please, guys, if you listen to the podcast, you can always answer me via Twitter at Cole Jackson12. I'm very, very subject. I answer back, and we can talk about POF Pod. We can talk about Bel-Air on Twitter. Yeah. This man got me tripping.
Okay, cool. You can find me on Twitter and TikTok, Carefree Blur, CarefreeBlackNerd, everywhere else. And yeah, that's it, man. So y'all stay carefree, stay nerdy, stay geeky. And if you ever have a chance to go to a family reunion, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Earl there, snatch the cane, get drunk.